everything. My waist, my neck, my BMI, and my blood pressure, and my thigh. That's 6, and you know, that's 6 of me. No one else. I'm doing this for me as you will for you. But this again is just subtle feedback that physically we don't really notice the difference as we're losing weight, because we're conditioning and adjusting to this. In the early days it's like, whoa, but as the averages decrease to 5 to 7 pounds, whatever that may be, you know, it's very subtle because we're used to this shift and change. That 5 pounds, it's not that it isn't enough. It is enough when you think about it. But this 10-day checking and just is fantastic feedback to where we are and an insight to where we're going to be, especially when we have a date in mind or around there. To be honest with you, I think that, yes, I targeted 60 days, as you know, but if I needed to go another 10 days, right now, I don't think I'd have a problem. I think the problem would be other people's problems and their limiting beliefs that, you know, hey, you can't do that because of this, because of that. So, you know, you have this sense of control. I'd love to do it to 60 days. But if I'm sort of half a stone out, I have the choice then to wean onto foods and to reduce my juicing almost every other day for both things to begin to have that relationship to my system, on a place where I'll continue losing weight in a subtle way as well as weaning back onto food. So from that perspective, watch this space when I get to day 60, because yes, I'm going to have my bloods done, I'm going to see the doctor, and I have no reason to believe, based on where I am, from a point of view of blood pressure, for instance, I suggest you get a blood pressure tool. They're in the UK, they're 10 to 15 pounds in the chemist, and they're very adequate feedback, and they're professional kit. So it's an inexpensive part, hopefully, that you can afford one, or ask the people who've got them, because you know, there can be sometimes like a kitchen implement that we all buy with the intention of using and put it away, maybe like a juicer, etc. But you know, when you think about it, the only time you really get a blood pressure is when you have a doctor's appointment, or you're at the hospital, or you know, something along those lines, where for the sake of the money you can take these measurements and feedback. My blood pressure now is absolutely perfect. So in 20 days time, when I see my doctor to test my bloods, etc., and take my blood pressure, I believe right now where I am, and then when I see her, that there's no reason why she won't want to take me off of blood pressure tablets. You know, that's the only medication that I take. And to think that I have my own healing process within my system when I respect it more, it gives me feedback by being healthier in so many ways, including blood pressure, including headaches, including acids, including negative thoughts. Whatever that may be, this all contributes to being a better me, and in many ways better you if you're also on that path. So, you know, that's just great. Some more feedback on measurements. My waist, I've lost 4.5 inches overall, and again, take it from the belly button measurement, because if you have extra weight that you want to lose, you know, 9 times out of 10 you're going to have love handles, you know, midriff that you want to change. So take that measurement and not your waist. Neck, I've lost 1.5 inches of my neck. You know, 1.5 inches is a big number. Did I physically feel that going away? No, so it's very subtle. My BMI has lost as good as 6 points, which is tremendous. And again, as I said, my blood pressure. So I'm so grateful for taking the initial effort of just putting a simple graph together that you can list those things and the changes every 10 days. And because it's 10 days, from a right brain thinker's perspective, if you like, you know, it's in, on, there, compare and out. So it's not that overpowering for me to do. And also from a left brain thinker who thinks analytically, you know, it's wonderful. Maybe you want to take it even to more depth. I also did my thigh, which was, you know, there's 2 inches of my thigh. So I hope this is helping in those ways. I'm quite excited where I am, and hopefully there's not too many tangents here. I believe that for you as well as me, I have a place of serenity almost, that I have a sense of control, I have a sense of self, so much more that, you know, it all adds up to so worth doing in so many different ways. And it doesn't have to be complicated. It's not an over-analysing situation. It's just, you know what, you're fine-tuning who you are that deserves that fine-tuning in so many ways that is completely internal and not external. Most of the time we look after others, depending on our roles, as a parent maybe, as a helper, as a carer, or as a coach or manager of some description, you know, and we've learned to thrive on helping others. But sometimes during that process, number one, we don't have time for ourselves, nor make time for ourselves in that sense. And number two, we almost lose touch with us, you know, our essence. And I believe this is a wonderful way to tune in to our essence, to our nature, to just a sense of oneness. And that's so worth tuning into. So for now, and for the next 20 days, I've shared with you that I'm going to reduce things, or reduce fruit, because I think that may slow the process down somewhat if you've still got a chunk of weight. The weight that I have left is I believe, core stuff and where it started from when it began. So it may be a bit more temperamental to move, I don't know. So it's not a challenge, it's just a decision that I'm going to reduce the fruit. And I'm also going to include and introduce exercise again. In the early stages when my body was in trauma, and maybe yours was too, it's like, you know what, don't take anything on that's going to give you stress or a sense of I can't do this. So where I am now energetically, I'm so much more level and need to start introducing and weaning back onto exercise every other day I'm going to start with. So, you know, from maybe riding a bike to walking to light weights, whatever, just some sense of activity that will encourage more better metabolism, physical sense of again, control, in touch with our muscles, etc. So for now I'm going to leave it at that. I'm over the moon at 40 days. Here's to the next 20. Stay on this path if you can. There's no reason why not. Trust me, you can do this too. And I look forward to the coming videos every other day, as you know, and in particular the 50th day, which is like, way! So for now, I have to leave it at that and keep quiet. So enjoy your day and keep it up, you know. Bye for now.